Now, the Democratic Party claimed an unexpected victory in Alabama on Tuesday. Doug Jones beat Republican Roy Moore to become the first Democrat that the state will send to the U.S. Senate in 25 years. And despite being one of America's poorest states, Alabama's economy has been given a boost in recent years thanks to an increase in foreign direct investment. The state has attracted more than $7 billion of it since 2013. In 2016 alone, more than $1.5 billion of foreign money was invested in the state. It created almost 3,250 jobs. International manufacturers such as Mercedes-Benz, Toyota and Airbus all have plants there. Now, joining me now is TRT World's editor-at-large, Craig Copetas, live from Paris. Thanks so much for joining us, Craig. What a few days of political drama from Alabama. Normally, there wouldn't be so much world attention on a Senate race, a Senate seat in Alabama. Now, let's just peel away the politics for a moment, and I'll just quickly quote the tweet by one of Trump's biggest critics, Jeff Flake: "Decency wins." So we'll just leave it there with the politics. Now, who are the people of Alabama? Why? How rich is it, and how educated is the population?
Well, this is the amazing thing about Alabama, which is like the last vestige of the old antebellum South based on what went down in this election. Alabama is one of only 7 states where fewer than 1 in every 4 residents 25 and older have a college degree. It ranks number 44 out of 50 in the least most educated states, and it's got a poverty rate of 18.5%. The remarkable thing about this is that the amount of foreign investment going into Alabama really seems out of whack based on the U.S. government statistics on the workforce that exists there, which leads us to ask, why Alabama?
So why Alabama? It's not exactly Silicon Valley.
No, it's not, but it has to do with a number of factors. Alabama provides cheap labor, it gives a lot of tax incentives, and the power grid, electricity in Alabama, is very inexpensive. But the way I've been framing this, and why this has fascinated me for the past couple of days, is we've been over at the One World Summit, environmental summit here in Paris, and we've been framing what's going on there against what's going on in Alabama. And the question that we keep hearing being asked is, while the rest of the world is talking about the environment, America is consumed with what they're calling a miracle in Alabama, that a Democrat won the election by 20,000 votes. They're calling it a miracle. It would be a miracle if it was 1862, before the Civil War. And what was being asked at the summit here was, how much longer can a regressive political climate attract foreign companies, especially when you see firms and their shareholders forcing these firms to embrace noble and principled and high-minded investments where stakeholders have become shameholders? We've seen a lot of big firms getting out of a lot of iffy deals in iffy parts of the world here at the climate summit. And you've got to wonder if this is going to happen at some point in the U.S. Or, on the other hand, Maria, is the fact that the Trump economy is just going through the roof, that America gets a free pass in this because there's so much money to be made there. But that was the question that was being asked yesterday at the environmental summit here, and I think it's an interesting question to explore and to keep in focus going forward.
Okay. And going forward on a national level, now, Doug Jones's victory, that reduces the Republican Senate majority. How will this affect the push for the tax reform?
No, just a few hours ago, congressional leaders issued a statement saying that it looks like it is it is going to go through. So I don't think it is going to affect the tax reform at all, because the tax reform is good for Wall Street.
Okay.
And that's what business wants.
Okay,
That's
Craig.
why they put money places.
Craig, as ever, thanks so much for your time and your analysis. That was TRT World's editor-at-large, Craig Copetas, live from Paris.